Welcome to Dorker Realms. While most gamers will be familiar with Dungeons & Dragons from the newest edition of the game, there's a movement amongst some players called the Old School Revival, taking inspiration from the design philosophy of the earliest editions of D&D and bringing them into the modern era. These games and adventures emphasize the weird, the challenging, and the hardcore. Bear witness as our intrepid players explore unusual and dangerous tales in these old school adventures. This is part 2 of Tales of the Scarecrow. Though the adventures can be listened to in any order, we recommend beginning with the first episode of any given adventure. We go now to the table to delve into Dorker Realms.
Welcome back to another episode of Dorker Realms!
Yeah.
So, Gron and Ari have headed outside. Bindel is heading back to the main room. Father Baldwin is gently caressing the unconscious Neil Goblinson, talking about how peaceful and angelic he is when he's asleep and how God is watching over him. Gron goes around the side of the house and sees the little crow resting on the windowsill, which looks up at him, and then its beak moves, and it's like, Ishtar, Bravada, Kasumi, Pelegro! Roll a save versus magic.
Oh, snap. That is my second worst roll. Or save.
Oh my god.
Is, 14 will be to 12.
Oh, you're...
Sorry, my save is 12, so I roll a 14.
Okay. So, you're kind of dazed as the crow speaks, and, you start to move almost like you're in a trance. You kind of turn around, but you have enough faculties to say or do one action.
Can my action be I'm going to stab the crow with this sword because it has clearly tried to do something to me?
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah.
Alright, well, roll an attack.
Okay, do I get any special benefits from the sword that I'm carrying?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I just don't get to know what they are?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm rolling my normal attack roll stuff.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's an 18.
Alright, so you stab this little crow, and it kind of like flutters its wings and lets out some squawks of distress, and then dies. And, Ari, you hear, like, the sound of a crow being murdered as you're looking up at the roof trying to judge how hard it would be to get up there when you hear that.
Spin around and look for the source of the crow noise.
So you see Gron pulling his fancy sword out of a dead crow, and then he kind of turns around and he starts walking back towards the door. And then he just walks right past you and starts walking around the building.
Gron.
He doesn't respond.
Gron.
He just doesn't respond.
He reaches out and grabs Gron by the, shirt collar.
And Gron kind of, pulls against you, sort of struggling to go... He's just trying to, go around the house.
Fidel,
there's a
help!
clear circle.
Yeah, so anyway, we came through the portal of hell.
Hell?
Here. Yeah, well, my theory is that it's more like, what do you call it when, where a bunch of wagons gather? Wagons stop, if you will. And that there's different portals in this area that lead to different worlds. I'm fairly certain that we're not actually on the same planet where I'm from. I don't think it's here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's just my theory, but, we fought a big crystal golem, and, the church set up a whole thing.
Sounds wild.
Yeah, there was men with do you know what a conquistador is?
Yeah, from Spain.
Oh, well, okay, so maybe you know what? Maybe it is we're still on Earth.
No, we're not on Earth.
Wait, what?
What? Well, I mean, you came through hell. Did you really think you were back on Earth? I mean, I didn't come through hell. I went to Yoon Sween, and then, got kind of cursed by a magician, hurled through time and space. But,
so you're an
I wound
interdimensional
up-
traveler too?
Yeah. There's loads of us.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd take this way worse. This is good.
So, Gron is, like, trying to just keep walking, even despite Ari's best efforts to...
Does he still
To
have
hold
the
him.
sword in his hand?
No, he put it back in its sheath after, like... He at least had the faculties to, like, clean it off and return it to its sheath.
What exactly are in my specialist tools? It's just a lockpicking kit, right?
Yeah. Like a trap disarm kit.
It's all the same. It's just bobby pins. It's just a stack of bobby pins.
Ari's gonna whip his
The
belt
screwdriver.
off.
Oh.
This is heating up.
Loop it around Gron's stubby little legs, and then pull it tight.
I thought you were gonna, like, strangle Gron.
I kinda thought so,
Put it
too.
around his neck, like...
Quiet, dwarf. Shh. No, he's
And
gonna...
then he discovers a new fetish.
Oh god.
So, you kind of trip up Gron a bit, and he starts, like, trying to kick you away and unfasten this belt. Let's see if there's grappling rules in here.
Oh god, no!
Yeah, unfortunately.
Everyone's least favorite.
I know, it's awful.
They're not in the main book, you have to get the second book. The Grappling and You.
It's like the 500-page sub-index on grappling. I don't think there is.
Wrestling. It's not called grappling, but there are wrestling rules.
Are there?
A character may attempt to wrestle another character to either immobilize or take something out of the character's hands.
What do I do if I'm on the high rope and I want to, like, do a backflip, jump down, and, like, land with my legs on his shoulders, and then punch him in the head? You know what I mean? Kind of like a Rey Mysterio kind of thing.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That guy, Rey Mysterio.
I know a surprising amount about wrestling, but less than, like, anyone who actually watches.
Okay, so both Ari and Gron will roll 1d20 and apply their melee attack bonus and strength modifier.
Wait, sorry. Isn't melee attack bonus your base attack bonus with your strength modifier added?
Oh, I mean, mine does that.
Yeah.
Turns you into a
I'm
Scarecrow.
just reading what it
No, I know.
literally says,
I'm
so-
looking at it too, but that's why I'm
Yeah,
confused.
yeah, just your attack bonus and your strength modifier.
Okay.
Close with it.
I don't know. I didn't roll too well. I got an 11.
12 plus 1 is 13.
You
Alright.
win.
Ari manages to wrestle Gron to the ground and immobilize the little dwarf. He's doing his best to resist.
He's gonna sit on Gron and get the sword away from him while he's got him down.
Okay.
And Gron hits you with his hammer.
Once Ari has the sword on his own belt, I guess, he's gonna yell for Bendel again.
Yeah, so anyway, an army of maggot men and a giant crab.
God damn it,
Chase
Bendel!
us
He's
through
the dwarf is unconscious and I have him pinned. Don't you want to
No.
come laugh at
I'm
him?
not unconscious.
Can I punch him twice?
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
So I come over, and I'm like, rummage through Grom's backpack and pull out a ration and then leave.
Come on, can you help me move him, please?
I don't know. I feel like this is a perfect time to get a ration from his backpack.
Okay, you can get the ration, but help me take him back
Alright, I got
inside.
permission. That's good enough for me.
I don't know. I feel uncool about people being able to take stuff from my stuff without my permission.
Can you give it? Can you deny it?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you are technically immobilized from the wrestle. If they really want to rob you, they
Okay.
can, but...
Alright.
Alright, let's, what are we doing with him?
Take him inside. Time to the table or
I
something.
mean, you can always murder him later.
No, I'm not going to murder him. I'm going to ask for the silver equivalent.
I slap him.
Alright, you slap Gron.
Does he come to at all?
Has that ever
Probably
worked in
not.
any story you've ever read?
Feels good.
Maybe? I don't know. It feels like something to try, right? I would throw water on his face, but we don't have any.
He stabbed a crow.
Oh, where's that?
Ari points.
I go get the crow.
There is no crow.
I come back, I'm like, there's no crow.
Okay, cool, but can we take him inside and tie him to the big heavy table?
Gron also has a whole coil of rope on him.
I guess if we think that's the best scenario or solution for now.
Literally the only thing I can think of.
All right, I help wrestle Gron into the kitchen and tie him up.
All right.
Gron is tied to the table.
You're tied to the table in the kitchen.
Maybe you should tie the knot. You seem like the type of person who'd be better at that.
Yeah, I've tied a knot or two in my time.
I didn't mean like that. I just figured because you're handy and, well...
You're right, I am handsy.
I don't know if you haven't noticed, but some might call me bookish.
That's the word I would use.
You hear a scratching at the window?
Not right now, Crow! God!
Wait, what do you know about the crows?
They keep trying to get me to come outside or open the window or some nonsense. Anyway, I'm gonna go read for a bit. I go into a corner, basically.
What's the new guy's name?
The guy you found in the house?
Yeah.
Richard Fox.
Correct.
Hey, Fox, do you know anything about these crows?
Hang on a second. Where'd you get that pouch?
What?
That pouch on your belt. Looks familiar.
The dead guy.
You robbed my friends?
No, he's dead.
You son of a bitch.
Wow.
He kind of pushes himself to his feet and
Whoa, whoa,
draws
whoa.
his sword.
Boy,
You
here
can
we
have
go.
You can have it.
Alright. He takes the pouch and he walks over to the room. And then he goes into the room and you hear a scream of, "What the fuck?"
Because you've dissected this guy.
Right.
Alright, he comes storming back into the room. Roll for initiative.
By the way, how did you
Bet you wish you had Gron now.
Is he fighting all of us, although there was clearly only one person involved in
When
this?
I hear
He's fighting Bindel, but
When I
you
hear
can
the-
choose to participate in combat.
when I hear the shout, I'm gonna try and or at least start casting shield. Assuming that this is gonna turn into a fight.
You realize, oh, right.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I'm like, oh yeah,
It's like one of those Seinfeld moments where it's like, oh.
well, now I don't need this ration anymore.
Okay. So you get your shield up as he's coming in. So then roll for initiative.
3.
Does Ari want to participate in combat?
Not particularly.
Rapier.
A rapier.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to stand on the other side of the room and throw a dagger effectively at somebody who has a rapier, so...
What?
I mean, if he's gonna be like in an engaged melee with me, it could be pretty.
No sneak attack? Like a dagger?
How does initiative work?
Roll a d6, add your dex modifier.
That's pretty funny. The way I'm going in the room and being like, oh my god!
3.
Yeah.
Look, it made perfect sense when I did it. I
Yeah.
even found treasure.
Yeah, exactly. And then you forgot about it. But the DM didn't.
Also, too, wearing your pouch, like, on your satchel.
No, to be fair,
I
that's,
knew that was going to come into play
Yeah,
as soon as Danny asked.
it's a perfectly reasonable set of events. And I think it is kind of the thing Bindel would not even consider until it happened.
Yeah, probably.
You might say Bindel's bookish, but those street smarts.
Yeah, because he's bookish. He doesn't have any of
That's
those
what I'm
street
saying.
smarts.
It's like, and when I say street, I mean like roguish, ruffian. Like when I steal something, hey, everybody, the pie's cooling on the windowsill.
Look.
You're walking out.
It doesn't even have to be that. Ron put it in a pocket.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, you have a big ass sword somewhere.
No, I don't. Ari has it
Oh,
now.
Ari has the sword. He's gonna recognize that too.
So Fox comes into the room and he immediately moves to attack Bindel and comes across the room. He's not quite charging, but he's moving quick and he lunges with his rapier.
You should open the window. Let that crow in.
It's okay, I'm gonna die right here. He's gonna stab me, I'm gonna take 6 damage, and I'll just be dead.
Your shield will.
That'll leave me at -2.
Your shield will keep it so you don't.
Doesn't that give you
explode.
bonus to your AC, or is it just...
It does, yeah.
Okay. It also absorbs some damage?
1.
1 damage.
10 will
Okay.
probably not hit you.
No, it does
Well,
not.
he's
Alright.
been weak for a couple of weeks.
It's
so.
Bindel and Ari, so whoever has the
I
higher
stab him!
dex modifier goes first.
I stab him with my stabbing
Don't have a
implement.
dex modifier.
I miss.
Are you sure?
Doesn't 8 hit him? No, a 9.
No.
So yes, I am sure.
Okay. Ari, what would you like to do?
Throw my dagger at him while keeping the table between himself and I.
So because he's using a rapier, and you're on the other side of the table, I'm not going to make you use the full firing into rules, which would put...
Well, odds you hit either of us?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Nice!
You do not hit.
Oh, I thought that was the damage roll, sorry.
Yeah, no.
Sadly not. Alright, next round of initiative.
6. I wish I had talked this guy down, but I
1.
don't feel like there's any reasonable thing to say after they find that you've dissected their friend.
After you, dissected their friend and then took their stuff.
I gave the stuff back, so obviously, like, that should be fine, but...
You're caught, though. That's how it looks.
Yeah, sure.
Bindell's turn.
I didn't even...
Yeah, caught and desecrated.
Well, it's more... Yeah. Like, Bindell didn't even really think about it,
Yeah.
and then him giving the stuff back, I feel like that would be, fine, but then you cut open my friend's stomach to get fucking whatever you thought might be in there.
Gore.
19.
That will hit.
4 damage.
Alright, so after he came at you and you parried his first rapier strike, you plunge your sword into his gut, and he lets out a little last wheeze before slumping to the floor dead.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
And then now take this.
I take the pouch back and then roll the body.
Roll the body.
That is my term for looting.
Okay.
So he has a rapier
Mm-hmm.
and a dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a sack that he left on the floor.
Okay, well, I'll just take the pouch back and leave that stuff. I go over and pick up Ari's dagger, and I walk it back to Ari, and I say, thanks for trying to help me out there.
You're welcome. He takes his dagger back.
I probably should...
godless heathens. Been here a few hours, and you're already turning on each other.
Ari's gonna go look
Wait,
for the cross.
turning on each other? Ari and I are the ones who...
We're working
we
together!
didn't know that guy!
You just murdered him in cold blood.
He attacked
me!
us!
I think you deserved it.
That might be true, but I did not start it.
You're too good for them, Neil.
I go and check his sack now.
with the silver scalpel?
What? No,
No.
it's a sack. What?
Yeah.
I don't need a silver scalpel to open a sack street. Is it knotted?
Yes.
I get the silver scalpel.
That's called
It's
fortune.
it contains 12 gold and 231 silver.
Oh, this is in addition to the stuff that he already found.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And now there are no survivors from Richard's expedition.
Oh, we found some food, guys. I take the ration and I put it back in Grom's bag because I no longer need this. He'll never know.
I mean,
It's fine.
he might not, considering.
You hear a familiar scratching at the window.
Shut up, Crow! I'm trying to read! This all interrupted my reading. I kind of go into the corner and I'm like...
It contains spells, and a lot of them. And you recall a story about how the destruction of the library at Alexandria was actually all orchestrated just to destroy a single copy of this book.
Kind of put it back in my thing. I'm gonna look at the harpsichord. You don't know how to play, do you, Father Baldwin?
Of course I do.
You know how to play the harpsichord?
Of course. I used to play the organ in church all the time.
Can you play for me?
I guess.
I'll stroke his hair and tell him he's a sweet boy and he looks like an angel while you do that.
That's my job.
I'll give him some water.
Okay.
Alright.
So he goes over and he sits down at the harpsichord and he cracks his knuckles and then he starts playing some church hymns.
Excellent.
And he's a pretty good player, actually. It's a decent...
Father Baldwin, we found a thing you're good at.
a decent little ditty. And so Gron is slowly returning to his senses,
Oh,
and
thank God.
The scratching at the window has stopped for the moment.
Ari's just like crouched in front of Grom, staring at him. Are you done?
Done. Does Gron have any recollection?
Just a very foggy recollection of like having somewhere you need to go.
I slowly give Neil Goblinson some sips of water. If he can drink. If he can't, I'll do the wet.
Do you mind untying me, lad?
When I am sure that you're not just gonna go wandering off into the corn and never return.
Ask him some complicated math questions.
I feel a sort of urge, but I ain't going anywhere.
You notice that the man that was last you remember was in the corner. He's now dead on the floor. With
Bendel, you were trying to get me to feed him. Why is he dead?
He attacked him.
Yeah, he attacked me.
What did you do that? What? He seemed to be your friend.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really out of the blue and...
He went into the other room and he said, "What the fuck?" And then he came out with the sword and tried to stab me. I don't know what set him off.
He's got a weird attachment to dead bodies, I think.
Anyway, I tried to wake you up. It didn't work.
Yeah, how about no more crow stabbing?
How about no more talking, looking, anything with the crows? He cast a bloody spell on me.
I don't know. I've talked to the crows. I mostly just tell them to go away.
Right. Don't open the window. Don't go out to them. They're good. They utter weird gibberish, and it casts a spell on you. That's why I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't in control of myself.
I want to go look at the other body I didn't get a chance to inspect.
Okay.
I'm sure that my expertise will be great here.
He's got some nice clothes. He's got some bites out of his leg. Someone tried to eat him.
Ari's gonna unbelt Grom's legs and slowly untie him. And then return his rope to him. No, actually, he's gonna say, I'm gonna keep this for now. And keep the rope.
Fine. Do you mind if I have the sword back?
Absolutely. I don't want this.
Thank you. Also, whatever was happening, you did a pretty good job. If I was a danger, I appreciate what you did.
You weren't a danger. You were just gonna go wandering off into the corn that you can't not get lost in.
Okay. Why can't I get lost in it?
Yeah. That guy said that any human who enters the corn will be torn to shreds.
You say any human or you say any man?
Any human.
Well, then, I probably don't have anything to worry about, right?
But do you want to test that?
No, either way, I appreciate the effort, lad. You probably saved my skin.
So, the body, nicely dressed in a shirt and vest and pants.
I look at the bite and see if it's like is it still like are they still like bites, or are they like chunks missing from his leg?
They're like bites.
Are they noticeably like human shaped?
Do you have much experience looking at human bite shapes?
Well, I just did it for a coin with that one guy.
Do you want to drag the corpse over?
Yeah, I mean, if I can, I like drag the corpse through the room. I'm like, just an experiment.
Bendel, what are you doing?
I'm
what
testing
are you doing?
Stop! I'm testing a theory. God.
I think I know. There's another body in the other room, right?
Well, yeah. I mean,
you're seeing if the teeth matches.
That may or may not be what the fight started over. I dragged.
Gron's gonna look in the other room.
I'm dragging that body through, and it's like dissected.
Oh, you're dragging that body?
Yeah.
I thought you were taking Richard's body.
You're just doing research, eh?
Yeah.
Gron's seen him do this half a dozen times.
I'm like dragging the body through the room.
This is super not.
They are human-shaped bite marks.
Oh, by the way, boy.
Why don't you just knock his teeth out?
Well, I need to test the jaw.
Oh.
I found a ring on this lad. I don't know, did you find anything on the other boy?
Yes, and inside him.
What?
He ate a bunch of gold.
He ate?
I take out my scalpel and start cutting open this body.
So as you're doing that, you feel a lump in one of the vest pockets.
I'm like, And I finally decide to put the scalpel away and check the pocket first.
There's a nice little music box, really beautiful, actually.
Play the tune. Maybe we play it on the harpsichord, it does something.
One moment. I take his vest and I cut some chunks out of it. And I
What are you? Oh.
Oh, he's plugging his ears. It's actually
and then
pretty smart.
I play the music box.
Ari's gonna plug his ears with his
As I
fingers.
say that, or before I do this, I'm like, Father Baldwin, I'm going. Obviously, I'm basically yelling because I have Father Baldwin. I'm gonna turn on the music box, and then after the fact, if nothing happens, I want you to try and replicate the tune on the harpsichord.
I'm playing a song about Jesus.
When you're done,
I have like 5 more. I'm going through my routine.
Make this a song that's make it a cover about Jesus. You could be famous for writing a new song about Jesus.
You talked me into it.
I like do the thing.
Alright, it plays a charming little tune on its tiny little rotating music box. What do you call those things?
Like a gramophone kind of thing? But no, it's the little, the prongs that hit
Yeah.
Whatever those are, it plays that nice tune.
Well, now it's gonna bug me for ages.
Quick,
Alright.
listeners at home, Google and figure it out.
And then you can feel superior.
Get to us on Twitter and be like, you idiots! You don't know what a
I took
Such
the
and
time
such
to
is
Google it.
Lamsacom is. Everyone knows that.
A Lamsacom.
So you play the little tune and it finishes, and then Father Baldwin starts belting it out while singing about how these damned sinners are going to go to hell and Jesus is going to save him from this ordeal.
That's really beautiful. Who are the sinners you're referring to?
You know.
I just kind of shake my head like I do.
So he plays it and
I
it
go
sounds
back.
nice.
Sounds nice.
I go
yeah.
back to the other room and I pull out my scalpel again and skip to go to town.
Alright, so
You're gonna go for the stomach first?
You know, maybe something else catches my fancy. Maybe he has an engorged liver. That'd be fun to play with.
Pirates of Pancreas.
Sure.
Bindel has a grand old time dissecting this body. He doesn't find anything of
Does
use,
anyone have a
but,
pot?
Gron's gonna search the kitchen.
There's no kitchen. It's one room.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
No, Danny said
So-
kitchen.
There's a big table. I thought it might have been in the kitchen area.
Kitchen
but-
area.
There's a little like it's not its own room. It's
Are there
part
some
of the main
cupboards?
room, but there's like a little kitchenette,
Is
but it's
there
just empty.
Is there a fireplace?
No.
No.
The sun is beginning to set at this point.
Ari is going to start trying to move the table to block the doorway.
Alright. Father Baldwin finishes playing on the harpsichord, and he's like, I'd like to say a prayer.
Go for it.
I come in. I'm like, I could get in on some prayer action.
Gron is going to make sure the doors to both the bedrooms are firmly closed.
I try and move the bed into the main room, by the way. The one that didn't have a corpse in it.
Ah.
Okay. So, you drag
You know what?
that.
While we're doing that, Gron is also going to move the body of Richard Fox into the room that has all 3 bodies
I
now.
was gonna eat that.
Gross.
Well, what else am I gonna eat?
Rations!
Not
You
human.
won't share.
Well, they're mine. Eat your own rations.
I'm gonna eat Fox. If he's boiled, it should be fine.
Oh, God. You know what?
I'll get in on that.
Alright, cool.
Oh, God.
He didn't know God.
Oh, God.
The Lord
now-
has offered us sustenance.
And we're about tomorrow. We're going to share my last 2
It
rations
would
with
be a
you.
sin.
Well, now you won't have to. I'm having a good chunk of Fox.
Sorry, I thought you said you were going to eat Fox, so I thought you meant my character.
Well, if it gets to that, we'll think about it. I'll be nice and strong from eating humans since I don't have a hang-up, and you'll be, like, weak and pathetic.
Dwarf is probably fattier and tastier than human.
I
bet it's gamier and stringier.
Alright, so, I need a favor. A really small one.
I'm
Shouldn't be
listening.
hard. I just need some water from the pump.
Uh-huh.
You said I shouldn't go outside because of crows.
Right. We should wait till... What do you need water for?
To boil human.
Well, see, here's the thing. The water that comes out of the pump is chunky and thick and not really water.
Oh, yeah.
Have we tried pumping more to see if it comes up and clears out?
I don't know why, for a second in my brain, I was like, well, the water won't actually touch the meat when you boil it.
I don't particularly relish the idea of anybody going outside once the sun has gone down. That's why I moved
Well,
the
that's why I was
table
trying
in
to
front
do
of the
A
door.
familiar scratching sound. at the
Go
window.
away, crow!
Do not open the windows. Do not try and talk to the crows.
I go and I'm like,
It looks at you, and then it looks down at the window, and then it nods upwards.
I'm gonna shake my head no.
It nods,
Staring
yes,
at it
staring
wide-eyed.
right back at you, equally wide-eyed. are as equal as a crow can be.
Alright, well, how else are we gonna cook? I guess I don't have to boil it. I can just kind of, like, simmer it in a pot.
Do we have fire?
Father Baldwin starts preaching, and it's no longer like his old preaching. He's now like Bible thumper, like yelling, and it's really grating as he's just standing there in the corner of the room
Why don't you just
having his sermon.
Why don't you just kill and eat him? As
Well,
long as
no,
we're getting rid of all the useless NPCs.
I like Father Baldwin.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
He's a weirdo.
I can't
I
argue
be
that.
the only one.
Gron's gonna sit in a corner and he's gonna put some tobacco in his pipe. He's gonna light it. He's gonna have a nice little smoke.
So I go into the other room, smash up that bed with my mallet, and take the wood chunks. And then, this is a stone building, right?
It is.
Where's all that smoke gonna go?
Out the window.
So you're gonna open one of the windows.
You're gonna
The
let
crows won't like the smoke!
They will definitely come in the second you open the window.
They don't
So
have to
you're
like
saying-
anything. They're gonna start chanting at you, and you're gonna lose your.
So you're saying I have to
faculties.
wait till tomorrow to cook?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't you just...
At
Well,
least.
we can see if the crows stay around for nightfall.
Do
They
we
might
have any
not.
salt? We could just salt it. We could preserve it.
Father Baldwin, you're really okay with eating people.
God has sent us nourishment to sustain
They're,
us.
they're,
It would be a sin to waste it.
I don't think this is a problem of lack of water.
they're
Don't-
godless humans.
I don't know that.
You're
I'm
literally
pretty sure God's got some specific rules about eating people.
I take
What
my...
does a demi-human know
Wait,
about God?
Where in the Bible does it say anything about eating people?
Probably some very specific places in like Leviticus or Deuteronomy.
Well, Leviticus
Yeah,
also
Leviticus
said
is
no
well
haircuts
after
or
the fact,
tattoos.
too. I mean, I take out my pipe from hell and take out some of my nice hell tobacco. I'm like, would you like that? You gonna know this?
No, my body is a temple.
Mine doesn't come from hell.
My body's a temple, but I can eat human, no problem. I like my pipe.
Yeah, it's pretty nice tobacco, too.
I guess, I'll rest up for the night and then I'll go get my crow ordeal out of the way. Tomorrow.
Is your character saying this aloud?
Yeah. Look, have you seen the crow again since you got your crow ordeal done?
Has Gron heard the window tapping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Did you see him, or did you only hear it? Hmm?
Is the crow still at the window tapping?
Yeah.
Gron can still currently see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. I can see it.
I'm going to go with my theory anyway, since I don't have a better one.
Do you mind if we tie you up first?
Yes. It will be a spirit quest.
You realize I was trying to head to the corn before Ari stopped me.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Probably not. What are you thinking?
Baldwin, how would you like to prove that faith in God can outwit a crow?
Obviously, faith in God can outwit a crow.
Gron
I'll
covers his mouth to keep from laughing.
I'll bet money on it.
Neil is awake now.
Hey, bud, how you feeling?
I feel like I was molested. Anyway.
I go and take the fancy clothes off of that one guy, like in the other room, and then I bring it back and I'm like, "We got you some new clothes. Yours got pretty shit stained."
Did you take his clothes off before you
Yeah,
did
he
that?
does.
I'd assume
Oh.
you needed to remove
Yeah,
the
I'd
clothes
have
to
to.
do an autopsy.
Alright, I'll allow it.
Should we
I was thinking the same
clean
thing.
him up first?
It's just...
Should we give him a chance to
it's
clean
like
up
a
before we
huge
put
hole
clothes on him?
Intestines and
How?
stuff.
The water may be not good for eating or drinking, but we might be able to wash off.
I just figured the old robe. that
Also,
just
it's
wiped
dark
myself.
out now.
Yeah, we
so-
don't
Wait.
have any in here.
There, we'll take one of the blanket sheets. You can wipe yourself down with it.
I feel like a prostitute.
You
now,
sound
know?
so generous.
I'm trying to help.
Anyway, I found these clothes for you. Don't ask where they came from.
I never do. You know me, freeloading Neil.
Alright, so I'll bet you 5 silver that faith in God's not enough to best a crow.
Gambling is a sin.
I will pay, if you win, I'll pay the winnings to the church.
How?
When we get back, obviously. I can't do it now.
How are we gonna get back?
We'll figure it out. That other guy was from a different world, too.
You're just trying to use me as a sacrificial lamb.
No, I'm trying to see if faith in God is better than a crow.
Alright, you talked me into it.
So we'll do it tomorrow morning, because obviously we need a rest.
Obviously.
Alright, I think you should have the bed, Neil.
Wow, that's really generous of you.
That sounds pretty fair.
Who's gonna take first watch?
I can watch.
Creepy.
Or second. Second's good, too. Whichever.
I'll take
Anyone
the
else fit
first.
in the bed? I'm just looking
You're
by
taking the
myself.
first?
I'll take the first.
Alright, I'll take the second.
I'll take the third.
I'll sit by Neil's bedside and attend to him.
Oh God.
I go in the corner and kind of like curl up in the corner, like tuck my arms into my robes and pull my little hood down.
Alright.
Bundle up.
Anyone who's... Do either of you have... well, I know Neil doesn't, but how's Bindel's HP?
I'm
out of
only
his
missing
max?
one.
Okay, so you will recover that one from a night's rest.
So I recovered?
No.
Oh, I don't?
You have to do a night and a full day to recover 1 HP.
Yeah.
You'll be able to cast magic, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can then heal yourself. if
Only
you
when
need
he
to.
becomes out of the...
Baldwin will be able to cast magic.
Oh, out of the negative,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Baldwin will be able to cast magic.
So
though.
you'll have to
You will.
rest fully for 2 days and nights to
No,
hit.
Baldwin will heal him.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So, okay. Because it would make sense if I just took the watch and then...
I don't even know if you can watch.
You can't
Oh,
watch. You
I
need to
can't
do the
watch.
sleep and rest.
So, okay. So I just basically like a...
You're bedridden. You're bedridden, but like conscious now, basically.
Okay, I gotta get clothes on, go back to bed. Alright.
Okay, the night passes uneventfully in
During-
quotations.
During
because-
my watch,
Grond's-
I'm reading my book.
Okay.
Gron is going to actively go around this space. He's not going to enter the bedrooms, and he's going to peer out the windows at the corn. Not just watching the room, but making sure nothing's coming toward the farmhouse.
Sure. So during Gron's watch, you notice out the back window that there's a bunch of dead horses on the ground out there. And no one has looked or been to the back of the house yet. So,
They look like recently dead or like bloated flies buzzing dead.
Richard mentioned it.
I know, but I wasn't there for Richard because I was in the throes of Crow Curse.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Actually, I think that was while I was in the other
You were in
room.
the other room.
Whatever.
Either way,
I
you
didn't
went
hear
there.
it.
You would know.
No, I believe you mentioned that the horses died first.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, he said that, yeah, right.
I just didn't assume.
So-
Yeah, I don't know why.
So, but we don't know how long necessarily that
They've
was.
only been here a week.
So they've been here a week, but the horses died first. I don't know. We know that.
Sometime in that week, probably. I would
Exactly.
They were the first
So if they're only a couple days old, they might still be edible or something.
they look kind of shrunken a little bit, drained almost.
Great, we got a chupacabra and a weird crow thing.
And throughout all of your shifts, the crows are constantly visiting the windows.
Wait, there are
and-
multiple crows now?
You only ever see one at a time, but
It's a different crow.
well, you're not that familiar with crows, so
They wear
can't
little
really
hats.
tell.
But everyone who has a watch, there's a crow tapping the windows.
Yep.
I mostly ignore it.
Yeah, same
Flip
here.
through my book in secret.
Yeah, Gron's had an experience with that. I don't think anybody else wants to deal with it.
Yeah, you can't really do the sort of in-depth study.
No,
of
yeah,
the
I
moment,
assume.
but
He's just flipping through, something to do. Also, he's obsessed with books.
it's full of more spells in a single volume than you've ever seen in your life, and some of them are quite powerful. I mean, there's many spells.
Look, man. Anytime I a whiff of someone waking up, or I'm just
So you quickly stash it in your
yeah.
for all the listeners who can't see.
Oh,
For
yeah.
those of you watching the podcast at home,
Yeah, that's true. I do that a lot. Anyway, so it's the next morning.
All right,
sugar.
it is the next
Brown sugar.
morning. You wake up to the tapping of the crows.
Wait, there are multiple now?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, really?
yeah,
Oh, shit.
All right, Father Baldwin,
yeah.
we'll get your crow trial all the way, then we'll make some breakfast.
I have to help Neil first.
There's some horses out back.
All right.
Don't know if we might be able to use their meat.
God save this poor, misguided fool. Alright, Neil recovers 3 hit points.
So he's at 1?
If he was at -2, he's at 1 now.
So now you can cast magic.
Okay.
So you can heal yourself too if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Would Neil know if he was still poisoned?
We're definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah. He cast.
We would have been.
Yeah.
Affected.
Oh, right, of course.
Well,
I mean, your stomach's still upset, but it seems the worst of it is past. Where are you guys gonna poop?
Outside.
With the crows?
Well, look, we're gonna get to the bottom of the crow problem today because we can't sit in here forever. This isn't our life now. We're not like, well, I guess I live in this one house forever.
Full of rotting bodies.
okay, 6.
You don't need to like cast it out. You're not like necktie on to Halagis.
Well, no, you're right.
Father Baldwin starts his morning prayer.
But no.
I guess I'll pray with him because why not?
Oh, okay, so he's praying with him, so Gron won't approach Bindel yet.
Alright. He concludes his prayer, kind of preaching all the, like, most violent and disturbing passages from the Old Testament.
Wow, can you tell me more about this horror of Babylon?
He watched Bathsheba.
That I can.
Bindel.
What?
He's gonna gesture Bindel.
Every time we do this, you're like, no, I won't share a ration. I come over closer.
While he's dealing with the crow, I saw some horses out back. Do you want to see if there's any viable meat on them?
I have to witness his crow dealings. This is a wager between me and the church.
Alright. Fine.
We'll get to the horses eventually. Either that or some succulent human. It's both the same to me.
Alright.
I don't know why you have a problem with me eating a human, by the way.
I have the same problem with a dwarf eating a dwarf.
So why don't you have a problem with eating human?
I haven't taken the time it would require to self-examine that situation.
Alright, well, anyway, let's do this, Baldwin. Got your back.
Alright. He goes over to the window where the crow is sitting, and then he raises his arquebus and aims it right at the crow.
Well, I guess
Alright, open the window.
Okay.
Jesus.
Gron sees Bindel and he's like, yeah, I've had a bad experience. He's gonna plug his ears too.
Huh. I unplug my ears and open the window.
Alright, so you open the window, and he fires and misses the crow completely.
Typical Baldwin, right?
Pretty typical.
This is like my last...
Ishtar!
Peak
Kasumi Palegro!
Peak Baldwin.
For my one action, oh wait, I don't know if I have one. I have to roll my thing, right?
I'm gonna save so he gets magic.
Yeah. I'd imagine.
Oh, it's so good. I fail.
Well, luckily for you, only Baldwin is affected.
Oh, okay.
I have to go. He walks towards the door.
Are we saving him?
Get the magic box.
I'll try the music box, as Paul suggests. I open the music box up, like...
And hold it up in front of him, and
No,
he just kind of shoulders past your hands and
Play
opens
it.
and
That's what I
starts
did.
opening the door.
Oh, I thought you just...
Well, he has to, he starts pulling the table away from the door.
Gron's... Are we saving him?
That's what I just asked.
Gron's gonna tackle him.
Alright. D20 plus attack bonus, strength modifier.
As they're doing that, I open the door and walk outside.
You have to
Army,
move
get the rope!
You have to move the table.
Oh, I'm moving the table as they're doing that.
I only roll a 10.
Alright, so Gron, runs up to Baldwin and kind of grabs around his waist, and Baldwin just elbows him in the back of the head and pushes him down, and then opens the door and walks outside.
Ari's gonna try tackling him now.
Okay.
I go outside.
He's gonna go
and
for
I'm
the
like,
legs.
God, I've heard one good sermon. Take the wheel.
He's just standing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is great.
And I'm like, here, Crow, here.
This is like a football game. Hey, Mike, go.
Alright,
Up.
Ari, roll D20, add your attack bonus and strength modifier if you have one.
14.
Total?
Yes.
Okay, so you, run up and you get a pretty good grip on Baldwin, but then he, kind of stiff arms you and pushes you down to the ground.
We didn't know
and
Baldwin
then
played football
gets
before he was a priest.
God damn, how come he's using the arquebus? He sucks with
Right?
that.
should just be like fucking punching everybody.
You should have traded with one of the other guys. They could have had the gun and he could have had the sword.
Right? Or not even a sword. Apparently, like, hand to hand is the
I
specialty.
follow Baldwin.
Okay.
That's gonna be my plan. I'm like, all right, Baldwin, I
Wait.
got you back no matter what happens.
How long is this piece of rope that you that Ari took from Ron?
How
50
long?
feet.
50, yeah.
Okay, so Ari's gonna tie a corner of that to the quickly tie a corner or an end of the rope to one of the table legs, and then motion for Gron to follow and go after the two of them.
Okay.
Because we have to do something. We can't just sit around doing nothing. It's probably not very interesting. To
We'll be
listen to.
back, Neil.
Yep.
Hang
I
tight,
mean,
bud.
full health, I don't know what you're doing.
I'm following you. So.
Yeah, you can do whatever. Yeah,
Come
you don't
on
have to sit
with.
Did we leave anything in the house real quick?
there. The harpsichord.
3 bodies.
And yeah,
And the 3 bodies have been rolled. As Ryan.
they've been rolled, and 2 of them have been autopsied, and they're all in the same
Oh,
bedroom.
Richard had something in his stomach.
So Baldwin kind of goes around the side of the house, and then he starts, like, heading vaguely in the north, walking towards the rows of corn. And you guys are just following.
Wait, aren't we supposed to not go through the...
That's correct.
He's entering the cornfield.
I think we don't go in.
Yeah, we have one person still that can heal. Ari's not going to follow that far.
Is there anything else, like, out here?
They're the horses you haven't looked at.
You can always try the crow idea later. I try my best to restrain Baldwin. My last-ditch effort since I've been following right on his heels. 18?
Alright, total?
Oh, 19.
Total?
19 total.
Okay, so you do an awesome ball charge, and Baldwin, like, turns around and grabs your shoulders and, like, pushes you down to the ground. It's just like...
Fucking Baldwin is just like a fucking football
That or it's
star.
whatever's got a hold of him.
Oh, he rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Modifiers.
To beat a 19.
Sit down, boy.
Wow.
What the fuck?
And then, with Bindel pushed down into the muddy ground, he turns and he walks into the cornfield.
Mud on your face, a big disgrace.
I get up and I'm
Saving
seeing
that
we
cross
see
all
blood
over the
flying and
place.
screams.
For a little bit, you see, like, rustles of the corn, but then as he moves further away, you don't see or hear anything.
Let it go.
He's gone.
So if we keep watching and listening, nothing happens?
Correct.
I say we go that way.
So what you say, it was dangerous to go in the corn?
I didn't say that.
Who did? Ari?
Yes.
Why is it dangerous to go in the corn?
Wolf said that, or Fox said that if anybody goes in the corn that they don't come back.
I'm going that way. I'm going in. Who's coming with? Baldwin showed us the way.
Right. Let's grab some horse meat first. We have some rations to go along the way.
Whatever.
I mean, how, is the trail going to be cold?
Food. I'll find food.
What was the Scarecrow curse on the D6 table again, Paul?
Turn into a scarecrow.
Yeah, I think that's...
I think that was what it was, right? You put on their clothes and then you go off to find your own field.
Yeah, and you become, like, a new cursed... Yeah.
Okay. Alright. A crow, like, flies down to land on, like, the edge of the house. Kind of looking at you guys.
Ari cocks his hands over his ears.
I start cutting up some horse meat. Oh, I want to inspect the horses.
Okay, so there's no visible wounds on the horses are all lying on their sides, and there's no visible wounds on the side facing upwards. But when you kind of, like, inspect them more closely, you find these, like, puncture marks on the bottom of the horse, and there's, like, no blood left. They're completely exsanguinated.
Huh.
Somebody's already started preparing them for meat.
It is a chupacabra.
Yeah, pretty much chupacabra. Natives have been having a little trouble with that one.
That was a Brock Sampson. Yeah.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Is their meat no good?
What? I don't know. What? Are we good? Are we going into the field? Is that our plan?
I don't have any better ideas. He didn't die in an explosion of blood or anything.
That we could see.
Alright, I start cutting into the horse.
Okay, you cut into the horse.
I look at the meat, see if there's anything noticeably wrong with it with my limited meat experience?
Well, it doesn't look great because it's been out in the sun for several days, so it's kind of rotting. But, other than that...
Well, to be fair, isn't like meat supposed to be hung and then de-rigor-mortified?
Right, but if it's
yes.
dried, it's usually dried with like salt.
They are all still bridled and saddled with saddlebags attached.
I'll check the saddle.
Yeah, let's check some. Let's rummage through some saddlebags
Yeah,
for
Ari's
sure.
gonna help with
There
that.
might be some rations in there.
Sure.
There's not gonna be rations in there.
Oh no, they would have eaten those, huh?
You find a scroll case.
Oh, I'll check the scroll case.
It contains a receipt, the sale of a sword, and 2 books
I keep the receipt.
for a total of 50,000 silver.
Jesus Christ.
Holy cripe and a half!
Holy crap, their return policy must be amazing. Get that receipt!
Alright, so... Are we just
Is
going,
that the only thing we find in the saddlebags?
Correct.
Are we just going in this field?
I'm going.
So basically, the meat is not good.
Do we want to go talk to the crow?
No.
Be like, what's up, crow?
No.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the... Nobody wants to go to the crow. We're done with the meat. And we're running in the field.
Alright, well, all hold hands as we go into the field.
It's actually probably not. We could use the
Tie the
rope and
rope.
tie ourselves to one another.
I
Yeah.
don't want to do that.
Why not?
I want to be able to run if I feel like there's a terrible monster.
You're the guy that's coming.
So cut yourself free. So cut yourself free in that situation.
Only thing I have for cutting is a longsword and a scalpel.
I
Those
think a
things are
longsword
perfectly
can
good at
handle a
cutting.
rope.
Fine.
So yeah, we're gonna tie.
Okay,
We're all gonna fucking
a
die in
look,
this
Yeah,
cornfield.
well.
Danny. A look
Yeah.
at the corner around the farmhouse does not indicate any new openings in it, does it?
Correct.
Okay.
It is sealed tight.
Alright, so I guess we walk into the cornfield.
Walk in this living corn.
All corn's living.
Maze
Okay.
maze.
Gron volunteers to go first.
Well, we're all tied together.
Right, but he's also going to go ahead with the sword, machete style, chopping down the corn to clear a path ahead. If nobody objects.
You should do it with a shittier sword.
Yeah.
Foxes.
Oh, Fox also had a rapier, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
That's a little bitch-ass rapier.
Well, that's what he was using.
No, I'm using a nice, fancy, jeweled rapier. Oh, but it is still a rapier. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's, yeah.
Danny, that's correct, right? The nice sword I got is also a rapier?
It's just a game,
Yes.
Paul. It's
Okay.
just a game. You're not going to find machetes here.
It's
Or
not like his
banana.
hammer's gonna do a better job.
No, I'm just saying, like, rapier isn't exactly something that you're used for, like, slashing, like, thick stalks of corn.
Nope.
I'm from Indiana, so, like...
I mean, I could trade you the rapier for your longsword. Yeah, I didn't think so.
They have different stats.
Oh, yeah? The rapier's lower damage?
Yep.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay, so you're kind of doing your best to hack at the corn with a tool unsuited to the job. And so you start pressing into the cornfield, and the corn kind of regrows behind you as you go, and the rest of you are following.
Yep.
And we have our ropes tied to another.
Yep.
In what order?
Gron first.
I'll go behind Gron.
Oh, so you're all tied together?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Ari and
Oh, that's a good DM sound.
That'll be fine. Like I said, we just all die here anyway.
I'll make the caboose.
I mean, it would be about time, honestly.
I don't know what we were supposed to do.
Yeah,
you
I'm
start-
with you on that.
You start heading into the cornfield, and as you get a short distance in, all of a sudden there's like a rapid whip of movement towards Bindel.
Oh.
Oh, shit!
And you see something like long, flexible, and thorned kind of whip across your body, and it tears against you for 1 point of damage.
Oh, God! Something's getting me!
Ah, my
It's a-
favorite wart. Oh, Bindel.
Bindel, I don't know what you're doing.
Sorry. You're my favorite wart, Bindel.
Should we go for speed then?
I don't know!
Gron's just gonna start trying like running rather than slowly hacking through, just
Right.
running.
and pulling us along, so
Yes.
I guess we're all running
So we're all
now.
running.
Exactly.
We're just panic running.
Everybody.
How encumbered is everybody?
Not.
Not.
0.
Everyone 0?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Okay.
Fucking displacer beasts or some shit.
Because I heard they were.
So you guys just start running through the field, and there's another whipping strike towards Bindel.
Bindel is...
Can I cast shield as I'm running?
Not as you're running, no.
Oh, you'd have to stop to do it?
Yeah. It takes recitation and gestures, so you can't really
You
do
can
it while
indicate
at
you need a
full
moment
run.
to stop and do that if you want to cast it on
I don't know
you.
that it would help that much. Because I don't know, we don't know the stakes, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I guess,
You take 2 points of damage.
yeah, I guess I do want to... I'm like, stop a second, let's huddle up, let me shield.
Grond's
Okay.
going to, press close to Bindel with his shield out.
Okay.
We're both. I'm in the ready position.
Ari's huddled against
If
them.
I recall, this system does not have a rule for, readying actions, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Do you... Yeah.
Has the whipping motion been coming from the same direction thus far?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
So, you all huddle up, and Bindel starts doing his chant, and then there's a whipping towards Ari. It comes out of the corn, and a spiked tentacle that just strikes at Ari. What is Ari's AC?
Ari's AC is 14.
So it strikes Ari, tearing his flesh for 2 points of damage.
I'm gonna cut my rope.
You're gonna cut what?
He's cutting the rope.
Oh, he's
he's
cut-
like, I'm
gotcha.
getting out of here.
Okay.
No, I don't know about running.
You just don't want to be tied to everybody else?
No, I kind of want to run towards the whip, but I feel like there's no way we can.
Interesting. But it's been coming from different directions. That's the whole point I was asking. Because if it was coming from the same direction, Gron was going to get in between it and Bindel. But it's coming from different directions.
So you've cast shield on yourself.
Well, let's go!
Okay, Gron starts running
I start
again.
running too.
Yep.
Okay. So another strike of the tentacle comes towards Ari, striking him for 8 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
I'm down.
Oh yeah, you have 7 health, thank God. Wait, what were you at? 5?
5.
So 8 puts you at negative
3.
What?
Negative 3. Or 5 minus 8.
Oh, 5 minus 8. I thought you said 7 health.
So you're dead, right?
I believe so.
How else are we supposed to leave this?
That's a good question.
I have a theory, but I'll save it.
Yeah. For whether we
Fucking
get out or
crows
not.
were coming to save us.
No,
No.
that's, I don't think, the case. Possible, but I don't think so.
Oh, you just let us go in our trance? We just all have to.
That'd be hilarious. We run out, and then Baldwin's just sitting there.
So the wound, or the strike, just cuts Ari, knocks him down to the ground, and he has just a horrible wound, and it looks really, really bad. What do you want to do?
I mean, Ari's behind me. All I know is something dragging at me, so I cut the rope and keep running.
Oh, I mean,
You're free with the rope, so...
I know, but I'm
You were
still
la-
behind.
You were last.
Yeah, I was behind.
And you already cut, so you're already free. So you'll see Ari go down.
I know, and I'm gonna.
I would feel Ari go down, but I just cut my rope as soon as I
I don't know.
feel the
I'll
resistance.
tend. Even though I can't do anything, I don't have any spells left.
Okay.
Just get Ari's dagger.
Jeez.
So,
And rations. No.
so Gron and Bindel run ahead, and then the whipping seems to stop for a moment, and you come into a clearing, and there's a scarecrow up on its... What do you call that thing?
Post?
Yeah, up on its post, and it's dressed in priest robes.
Oh, God.
And
They look like Father Baldwin's priest robes?
They do, yeah.
Huh.
I'll just keep going, man.
We're just gonna move on by.
Alright. So
We're not terribly interested in going up to this fucking thing.
Alright, so you run past. A tentacle strikes at Neil while he's tending to Ari.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you're actually tending to
Well,
her?
yeah, I tended to her, and I'll probably pick her up
Him.
now.
Yeah,
Or
him.
him. Yeah, you're right.
It kind of grazes across your back for 1 point of damage.
Another one.
And then you pick Ari up. It doesn't look like Ari's going to make it, to be honest with you. Not that you're a super skilled physician, but it
Yeah.
doesn't look...
I just run to the clearing if I can make
You
it.
run ahead.
Alright,
No,
so
I'm gonna stop and drop Ari at the feet of the.
Just
at the feet of the scarecrow.
take Ari's dagger.
Yeah, I'll.
And rations?
Jeez. Okay.
I'm sorry. You're stopping for that long. I hope there's some consequences for it.
Oh, just the dagger. Just
Okay.
grab the dagger.
Okay.
We spent good money on that dagger.
And you're assuming you know where Ari keeps that dagger.
So describe you dropped Ari at the. Did you say at the foot of the Scarecrow?
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe that is
Okay.
what he said.
And
So-
then looking at the... yeah.
And then you just take Ari's stuff and run, or
The whipping's been hitting me, right?
it has stopped temporarily.
In this clearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just stop at the clearing and like catch my breath and.
All right. How much HP do you have?
Oh jeez. 2.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought that looked like 3.
2, 1,
Uh-oh.
0.
Oh shoot! I should.
Negative
bleeding?
1.
He's bleeding?
Oh. crap.
you fall over at the foot of the Scarecrow,
Oh no.
Oh.
and
I think we're going to just keep going then.
Yeah,
eh,
we've
Bindel?
already.
Oh, yeah, we've already left.
Yeah, I
Okay,
already said
yeah.
we've gone. I'm not staying there. Fuck that.
Together, Neil and Ari feel the life ebbing out of them at the foot of the Scarecrow.
That was the source of that.
Bindel and Gron are just dashing through the field, and a tentacle comes whipping out at Bindel. What is it's 17 AC?
Yes.
Okay. The tentacle strikes for 1 point of damage,
Okay.
and running at full tilt, you finally burst out of the cornfield on the other side, and kind of stagger to your. Let's kind
To
of
a stop.
stagger to a stop as you make it out.
Bindel, where are the others?
Oh, I felt the weight at my waist a while back and just cut us free.
You cut both of them loose?
Well, Neil cut himself loose back when I was casting, and I noticed that. So I cut.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. I didn't question it, man. I was just trying to get out of the field.
So he cut himself loose, and then you felt Ari pulling on the rope?
I felt the weight. I assumed Ari went down.
And
You're
said,
welcome to go back.
No, if that's what caused it, No, we
I
should
know you
press
guys
on.
really missed that dagger, don't you?
No.
Not really. It was just valuable.
Far in the distance, you see a figure walking away back in the direction you came from.
Bye,
Toward-
Baldwin!
Toward the cornfield?
No, like
Oh.
the direction you came from days ago, or 1 day ago.
But his clothes were on the Scarecrow. What do you think that's Baldwin?
Didn't you listen to the stories? Didn't I read them out loud, or did I only read them? Oh, I only read them.
What are you talking about?
Oh. Yeah, there was a Scarecrow book in there. Didn't I share that?
No. In
Oh.
fact, you said there was only one book.
Yeah,
I clearly saw 2.
The Scarecrow book. I hand him the book of the Scarecrow Stories.
Gron briefly flips through.
I thought it was, I thought I said that out loud.
You see mention that they trade their clothes with the crow and then walk off.
We should go, like, catch up with Baldwin.
Wouldn't he still be under the effect of the Scarecrow thing?
No, it sounds like they get their own senses back after the fact.
Then why is he walking that way?
He's going back the way he came.
Right, so why would he do that?
To the portal!
How would he get through the portal?
What else is he gonna do? Anyway, I assume that's the end. We're stopping here.
Correct. This is the end of your encounter.
That's
with
the
Scarecrow.
end of our terrible Scarecrow adventure.
Jeez.
Yowza, that was a real humdinger of an ending. With half the crew down, will the remaining 2 survivors be able to find their way back home? If you want to find out, you'll just have to keep listening to Dorker Realms.